Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm coming to you from the west coast of Sweden. It's a Wednesday, and I have the day off, so I thought I'd make a video. I think the lighting is okay. It's a bit gloomy and rainy, so we'll see how it goes. I just have the natural lights. I don't have any fancy equipment, so we'll see. I realized I never introduced myself. I did an introduction in the first episode if you want to go back and watch. But I'm Alex, I'm 33, I live in Sweden, and I'm a librarian. I work one weekend every month, so I'm working this weekend, and it's nice to have a day off in the middle of the week. Just get a slow morning with my coffee and knitting and podcasts or show, or I did some cleaning today. I love a YouTuber called Retro Claude. She makes like vintage videos, both garment sewing and knitting, and she's been focusing more about knitting because she made like a video where she went through all her stash, mainly due to pests. I don't have that yet, but I think it's interesting. So she counted everything, and she's like every month making a video of what she did. She wants to cut back on her stash because during the pandemic it grew and it got a bit out of hand, and that's why she got pests probably. And I'm kind of scared the same is gonna happen to me. I live in an old apartment building, and I really try to clean everything and put in bags, but you never know. You never know what your neighbors' routines are, or what will come in during summer when the windows are open. So it got me inspired. So I also started to like do an inventory of the yarn I own and what I've been accumulating. And it's a bit overwhelming. Yeah. I don't see myself as a big shopper, but I guess I am when I get very nerdy into things. I mean, this is not my only bookcase. And even if it's good things, over consuming is still over consuming, and it still can make you overwhelmed. This is something I've been thinking about forever, and I find it very interesting to listen to other people talk about this. I've noticed a few YouTubers talk about this, both in the book community, but also the yarn community and craft community, about how we consume and consuming over your means, or what minimalism means, the privilege and everything. And I'm not gonna get into it. Maybe I could link some videos down below that I found good on the topic. But yeah, I've been inventing in an old notebook. This is the thing. I also, for a while, I did the bujo thing, and I still love to journal and everything. And I've always loved beautiful notebooks. I always had notebooks in school, uni, high school, everything. So I have a ton of these as well, and I have a ton of like art materials, drawing materials, and it's just like I continue and I can't throw them away either. I like pretty things, especially if it's like a small business or a single person making things. So this is from Tina Sosna. She lives in Germany and she's got an Etsy store that I bought a ton of stuff from a few years back, like stickers and postcards and different types of paper thingies. So this one is like a small bujo with the dots. So I'm making this my yarn stash notebook. So I'm just I haven't written everything down. I'm taking a few things at a time because it's too overwhelming to just weigh everything. And oh my god. So I started like putting down what kind of yarn and the amount I have with it. So this morning I went through all my knitted and yarn. It's giving me, I mean, I'm both very happy and thankful, but I'm also getting anxiety. So I want to make myself more aware about my habits, and if, you know, ransack myself if I'm truly happy about my habits, if they suit me. So I wanted to mainly talk about knitting today, actually. I haven't done a lot of reading. I did get one book. Someone sold a knitting book, a new knit book on Instagram, a Swedish person. So I decided to get it because my library couldn't buy it because it was sold out, and it's the Salt and Timber. So maybe it's not 100% my style, but I was very intrigued and interesting to see what it was like, and I've seen a few of the patterns before, so I thought I'd pick this one up. And it's very pretty, but it's very nautical or coast, which kind of suits. I live by the coast, but I'm not a boat person, I guess. But it's really pretty patterns. I love the sock patterns. It's quite simple but neat, and a lot of sizes as well. Everything fits both kids and adults, all genders. It feels very unisex, and yeah, very different types of. I want to make this one, maybe, and I love the blanket. So yeah, and that's by Lindsay Fowler. You've probably heard about it. And what I'm wearing is my first knitted and buy and my first knitted and knit. So I knit this last winter. So this colorway is a natural, very dark brown. I think it's called natural black, but it's brown, like a bear, and it's called Ro. This is held one strand of knitted end. The pattern is called Skvattram by Swedish designer. And I love this sweater. It's just a perfect, so it's quite thin, but it's like the best layering. I made it quite fitting as well, but I love wearing this. I can have a thin shirt under, like a dress-up shirt. I had that yesterday. You can see my sleeves are a bit short, but with the cuffs it's super neat. I did fold down the neckline, because I didn't like how it looked when I blocked it. I think I blocked the neckline wrong, but it's the detail is pearl ribbing, both in the neckline, the hem, cuffs, and the raglans, and the sides are pearl ribbing. Also, this is a wonderful pattern design for knitted and yarn. And this sweater on me, I'm a size 105 bust, and I think I did the medium size for this pattern, and I used 200 grams of roux. It's a bit cropped as well. I love this pullover. It's so cozy. It's just a perfect, not too hot, not too thin either. It's like a perfect layering piece, or you know, yeah, I love it. I love it so much, and I love this color. This is the best color ever. I have one plate left of this colorway, and I'm like Gollum, you know, with my plate of just keep it forever. But I want to make something out of it, because I do believe in getting nice things, but actually use them, not just have them displayed or whatever. I want to use it, and it's meant to be used. It's meant to felt and be worn, and yeah, that's the point, right? Yeah, so I love this, and I do recommend the pattern as well. It doesn't have neck shaping, so I would suggest putting that in, but it is knit top down, and it's very simple. And I did not make a neck shaping or short rows in this one, because I was not aware of the benefits when I knitted this one. I was sort of a newbie. I'm still a newbie, but yeah. So if you know that you need short rows in the neck, make sure you put those in, but otherwise this pattern is amazing. So for my FOs, finished objects, I'm not sure entirely what order I made these anymore. I am a person who usually have a few things on the go, either it's book or games or my knits, so it looks like a lot when I do finish things, and most of these are small things, but maybe I'll start with, I think I've shown this before. This is a test knit, the pie camisole, made in 1 strand of fingering, Mayflower Easy Care, which was the suggested yarn. And this, I'm finally done with this. This is knit on 2.5 and 2 millimeters, and this is a lovely fit. This is quite cropped on me, but the neckline and the armhole shaping is so good. It's so good. It's quite warm but cozy. I would not say this yarn is good for a summer piece. I would like to knit this in like a silk or something similar, like something soft but cooling. But wearing this feels amazing. I love the fit. She has not released this pattern yet, but if you're interested in a very nice fitting camisole, I do recommend it. I'm not sure about the sizing on this actually. I think I'm on the upper size, and I did the large, so that's not great. I didn't think about it at the time, and I'm very happy with mine, at least. It makes a very flattering fit with this kind of shaping. And it's quite a bit of Italian bind off. But I like it, actually. I find it very meditative. As long as I don't have to pick it up, I love the Italian bind off. Not as happy with making Italian cast on. I prefer doing the German twisted cast on or something like that. But I do love doing the Italian bind off when, at least with spun yarn. I'm not doing that with unspun yarn. No way in hell. No way. So that's my camisole. And I spilled coffee on this yarn so much. Not on the garment, but on the yarn ball. So I had to wash my yarn before knitting it. So stupid. I made another test knit, a short one for Heather. It was a scarf called the Bibliothèque scarf. It's a herringbone stitch. I've never done this before. This was my first try, and I messed up the herringbone a bit. And this is Arvetta filcolana with Järbo silk mohair. So soft. And the Arvetta is the marzipan color, which is the best white. And the silk mohair is the oyster mushroom. Beautiful silk mohair. If you can get it, it's amazing. So this is very soft. This is shorter than it's supposed to be. I guess my gauge is quite off. I was not sure how to measure my gauge in this stitch pattern. They have released a pattern now. It's available. And you can make it both with this short row or just straight. And I also made a second one, a brown mohair, and the host super soft in the coffee colorway. And this is a bit longer, but still a bit shorter than the pattern, so I'm still having gauge issues with this one, but I can do it once around my neck like this. And I like tiny scarves. It's nice. I have a friend who kind of been teasing me about making a lot of tiny scarves. But I like it, yeah. And I've been so into brown. I think I talked about that in my tag video, the previous video. But I really like this. So I do recommend this pattern. They also made, because I think this was a pre-up to the shawl they are making, the library shawl, which is the same herringbone but way bigger, and that's on test knit now. I did not apply for test knit because I don't feel like I have time to do any test knits right now. So, but if you like scarves, I do recommend this one. There's a lot of I-cord stitching on this one. Just a heads up, yeah. So the last test knit for this year, probably, if my friend Jenny won't send me her mitts. No hurry. But I did this hat. It's a Swedish pattern called Smarta Mössan. It's very smart. It's actually more like a recipe. So you can take whatever yarn you got at home. You look at the chart on the ball band. I used the Järbo Astrid, which is a superwash yarn, DK weight. I have no idea why I bought this color, because it's not my color. I had 2 balls of this, and you're supposed to take the yardage and the needle suggested, and look in her chart in the pattern, and you just follow the chart. And you can do this, and she's got a range from fingering to bulky, so you get the right size, and also your head size as well. So it's all sizes and yarn, and it's actually top down. So I made this yellow one, and I think it turned out good. I made a pom-pom, and I started to embroider a few florals, which I thought was very pretty. And I'm gonna do some more florals. I wanted to use up all my yarn. I don't think I'll use the last bit of this, because this is like 30 grams or something. But yeah, so it's double folded, and you can do it longer if you want. This fits really good. It's such a good pattern. Great idea. So that was my last test knit. I think I'll gift this one to someone. And I'm gonna use this pattern to make a few more gift knits, actually. So yeah, good thing. I made my beautiful, no, I did another, it's not a test, but it's a pre-knit for Albiona McLaughlin, and it's the Harvest Shawl. When I knitted this is in Knitted and Jera. I'm already feeling like I'm gonna get because I love knitting this. It's a lace pattern, and I just could not stop working on this. Both the feel of the yarn, I love Knitted, and you know that, and I love this color. I wish I got more. I only got 2 plates, but it was, oh my god, it was just enough. I have 4 grams left. And I did the shallow symmetrical shawl. I've tried to block it. I think because you stick this, so I think maybe I sewed a bit tight, maybe. But I wear it both as a shawl wrapped around like this, and it's a bit, yeah. But I also sometimes do it more like a scarf, like this. And in the pattern that is out now, she made a book with the Harvest pattern for shawl in different sizes. In the shawl pattern, you also get, so this is the shallow, you get the regular size, you also get short for this asymmetrical, and also a cowl or a scarf. So I'm thinking I want to make a cowl as well. In another Knitted, this is held double, I want to say. But the book also contains like hat, socks, gloves, and a sweater. So I got all the patterns. I already had the hat, and then I test knitted this one, and then I bought all the rest of the patterns. And I have to say, it's so addicting, this lace pattern, and this lace works as a rib. I didn't want it to end. It was so nice, and this was my first steek, and steeking Knitted was so easy. Not a problem at all. If I did like a Fair Isle cardigan, I'd shit my pants, but steeking this was no trouble at all. Please don't be afraid. It was so easy, and it was such a lovely knit. This is my favorite knit of the year. Yeah. So it was like, knitting this was like a hug. And wearing it is also a hug. I love it so much. My cats love it as well. Yeah, this one still smells like sheep. Yeah, I love it. I made my first pair of finished mittens. So a friend made this pattern. And it's called the pumpkin spice mittens. They're so cute. They're so cute. I love these ghosts. There's like mushrooms, pumpkins, skull and bones, coffee cups, bat. And I made these so quick, like in 4 days or something. So pretty, and they fit so well. They got this Latvian braid, and I told her Anna Sjösvärd is the designer. She's got other patterns as well, lovely patterns, and she's got a podcast. I think she's gonna change her name, but I think she's still Bookcraft. And I told her I want to make socks with this border, because I have, this is Rauma finull in 2 colors, and I have the same colors but in Rauma gammelserie, 2-trådig gammelserie, which is a higher twist spin fingering, which is good for socks, natural socks. So I told her I want to make socks with the same border. And I did a small modification on the pattern. I didn't mess up with which yarn to hold, you know, dominant and everything, but I did make a small modification in the pattern, because in the original there's like a Frankenstein zigzag here, but I put coffee beans instead, because I wanted more of the coffee vibe to my mitts. So that's the only thing I changed, and the size is really good for me. I love them. They're so cozy. I love this yarn. So nice. And then I had yarn left in both these colors, and I wanted to make a matching hat. So I made up a hat and then took some shards of leaves from the autumn doodle hat. So I made ribbing, and then I put these 2 different leaves shards from the autumn doodle hats and made pom-pom. So I had a matching toque or hat, and I love it. It fits great. So I just need to make my make my socks, and I can be all matchy with all my pinks. I love pinks. Pink and purple and brown and black. I also finished a Christmas gift for my stepdad's wife. I saw someone, it's the, oh god, what is it called? The Stew. She's got a podcast knitting, and she's a stewardess, so she travels. And her podcast is so lovely. And she's from Canada, and she had made this pressed flowers hat, and I was so inspired by her colorway. She had a dark blue with yellow pressed flowers, and I looked through my stash and I wanted to make this hat, so I took a black yarn and these 2, a red and a peach, and these are acrylics, and red and peach is a fuzzy, I think it's acrylic with some mohair, and I made this hat, and I got obsessed with this pattern. It's a mosaic color work, and it's so easy, and it's the same as this lace pattern. I just got stuck with this. I did not want to stop knitting. The hat almost got too long, so I took out 1 row of florals, but I think it's gonna fit good. So this is the gift, and then I had some left of these yarns and I wanted to use them up. So I bought the shawl pattern as well and made a scarf. But I'm not sure she's gonna get both. I love this color combination so much. I want to keep it for myself, but I can't wear acrylics because I sweat and it just smells so bad. For me to wear polyester, or I just can't. I don't want to wash that much. I'd rather put the time in to wash my wools. But this is great gift, I think. They don't have to be worried about maybe ruining the knits. So, but I do really love this color combo, so I think I want to look for or keep my eye open for the similar color to make my own bigger shawl or something. And I made I-cord around this scarf. Maybe she'll get both. She can match. I think that's all my finished objects. We can talk a little about what I'm working on now. I think I need to take a break and make some coffee. Hey! She's my biggest critic. You know, there's so much stuff. I remember another gift knit that I made, the Moorland mitts, which is a new pattern by Erika Åberg. I made these in Rauma fin ull and some Host Super Soft. The purple and the purple is Host, the rest is Rauma. And I made these for my mother-in-law. She turns 70 before Christmas. I made these. These are tiny on me, and this is the size from the book. And it's this book. Lovely book. I want to knit almost everything in this. I think this is Erika's most beautiful book yet. This is a pattern from this book as well. It's a coffee pot hat. So these are scrap yarns, different kind of Shetland and Host. So I put it over my coffee press. And this was really fun to knit as well. And it was fun putting together colors. I'm not very yellow, I think, but I do like how this turned out, and was nice to use stuff I had, and I really love this one. Keeps my coffee warm. I'm a coffeeholic, and I got my coffee in my favorite Moomin mug. Oh, that's strong. So we read the summer book in spring by Tove Jansson, and now we are reading Late in November, or Moomin Valley in November by Tove Jansson. And I've read this before. This is my favorite Moomin book. The Moomins are actually not in here. And this is I should have mentioned this in my tag video, because this is the most autumn you get. Nothing says autumn like this book, and it's one of my favorite. I can't believe I didn't mention it. Oh, it's so good. So we are reading this together. We are on chapter 10. So if you have not read this book, please do. It's not just for kids. Currently knitting. I have a few things. I don't remember if I've shown this before, but I've had it on my needles since July when the pattern came out. It's the Alpenglow by Andrea Mowry. It was her Rhinebeck sweater, and I got the pattern straight away. I fell in love with it, and I just looked through all my yarns and put colors together, and I'm so happy with the colors I picked and put together because I love this. I think this is the most beautiful thing I've knitted in my life so far. I've made a yoke and split 4 sleeves, and I finished 1 sleeve. I'm so happy with my color combination. I used a bunch of different yarns in sport weight. So this is the rest is a yarn I had two strands of Campus 100% wool, and the black is Järbo tvåtrådig, 2 strands, 100% wool, sport weight, and then the color changing are Campus 1 strand, which I put together. So I made a swatch to see if I like the colors together. This is mosaic stickning. So I put the 1 strands in different balls to make the different shades with a rust, orange, and a pink to make a type of, because she uses a spin cycle yarn that's color changing, so I wanted to change the tone a bit. And I'm also using a hand dyed yarn, which is a fingering merino 1-ply, but it's so fluffy. It works as a sport weight in this sweater, and it's color changing. So I've used this for the stranded work on the yoke, and I'm also using it in 2 rows in the mosaic. And the pink is a different yarn, Semilla Melange organic yarn that I just had 1 skein, and I put it together with light pink mohair, which I got second hand, which an old company, Marks och Katten. So it's mohair with polyamide, and I love the combo. I can't wait to wear this. I went through the yoke so quick in July, and then I put it down because I knew there was gonna be a cow, and I'm obviously not into Rhinebeck, but yeah, the community thing. So I put it down, and then I started working on it again, and then I made a sleeve this week, and I started on the body again. So yeah, I'm very happy with this one, but it's difficult to work with black yarn in the evenings after work. So that's why I haven't picked up the other sleeve yet, but I joined new yarn on the body, and I'm just trying to work on the body, and I'm super happy with this. I will not make a corrugated rib on the body. Knowing how I don't like corrugated rib, my tension is not good with it, so I'm just gonna make 2x2 rib in the black, and that's good for me. So yeah, so this is my Alpenglow. Another whip I'm working on is also from this book. It's called Halskragen Sjöblom. So it's this lovely pattern. This is also slip stitch color work, mosaic color work, sort of. So I feel like it's a theme here going on. Slip stitches. This is also so pretty. And the yarn I'm using for this is a new yarn from a Swedish company local to me here in Gothenburg. The yarn company is called Jarnwick, and the yarn is Blenda Gotland, so it's 50% Gotland, 50% merino. And this is Sheep Meadow, the color. It's the dark green they have. I also got a lighter green and it's called pink, but I feel like it's more like a lilac purple. This is how far I've come. But I started this cowl. I started cowl 3 times, but I tried 4 different colors. I wanted to use both the light green and dark green from the same Blenda Gotland at first, but it just didn't look as good as I thought it would. And then I wanted to put like a stripe of the pink in to make it pop. Did not look like I thought it would. Looked fucking horrible. So I ripped it out. I don't mind ripping out, but I got so, I don't know, I got kind of pissed. Then I got PMS for a week, so and so then I went through my stash and I found a white yarn to pair, and I think this looks lovely, so I'm very happy. And the white yarn is not Blenda Gotland. This is an old yarn that I got from my mother-in-law. She had some stuff home she's not using, so one thing was this yarn, 3 balls of this, and this ball is 20 grams, and this is 90% virgin wool and 10% Angora, so it's very soft and it's a bit fluffy as well. And this is 90 meters for 20 grams, so adding up this should be a fingering for 100 grams, but on Ravelry it says it's a sport weight, and yeah, sure, it could work as a sport weight as well, but I do think it matches good. It makes this even softer, and yeah, these 2 yarns match really great. This is gonna be so warm because it's gonna be folded like this and put around, so it's gonna be so warm. And I made this 2 shorts deeper, so it should be this size, but I wanted it to cover more of my neck. I've never made a cowl like this before, and I never thought I'd be a cowl wearing person, but I made one last winter by testknits, and I loved wearing it. Like, I like putting it up like a hoodie sort of, and it's just, yeah, it's nice. I like it. So I'm just working away on this. This is my tram knitting, sort of social knitting, because it's easy to bring. I can't bring the up and go. So yeah, it's so soft. Then this weekend I got out an old FO that I made last winter from a Järbo collection called Sagan, and it's a slipper pattern by Ronja Hakkeletto, lovely Finnish designer, and I made this last winter in Rauma, tvåtrådig gammel serie, red and light gray, and I love it. It fits great. But I never did the second one. So I started the second one this weekend. So I'm on the last bit here. And I love them. They're so cute. I want to make more. I want to have like a, what's it called? Like a wooden chest or something by the door, and people can borrow them when they come visit me. That's my dream. I feel like an old lady, but yeah, it's cozy, and I want people to be comfortable visiting my home. I know Ronja got another slipper just like this, but with another pattern design that's not as Christmas themed. I know you can get it on Ravelry. I have it on my phone, and she's got lovely sock patterns as well, so you can go check them out if you want to make slippers. These are great Christmas gifts, actually, and this did not take long at all, and it's knit on 3mm. Very comfortable. I do have a last whip that I forgot about. I need to go get it. And my last whip, I think I showed this in the tag video as well. It's with these yarns, Knitted and Juni and Rauma Plum in green. And I'm making a vest to do some kind of soft cosplay. It's the vest number 2. I made the V-neck already. I wanted to make sure it will look good and fit as I wanted, and it does. So I want to make the armholes and then continue the body as long as the yarn gets me, basically. And I also want to, because I had to rip this out because I actually want 2 braids in the front here, but it just didn't look too great. But the main reason I had to rip out was because I had twisted, yeah, when I started knitting in the round, so I had twisted it, so I had to rip back to where you start knitting all the pieces in the round. So I just decided to not make the knitted cables here, and I want to embroider some kind of braid or something pretty, just to make some structure in the middle, 2 stripe structures, and I'm loving it. It's a bit of a weird color for me, but I do really love the color, and I think it works, and it's gonna be so much fun to wear it. I'm gonna get the same type of shirt and also sew a bow. Maybe curl my hair, wear a beret for Christmas at work, and also for when I have an open house at here at home for my friends during Christmas. I've been doing this since 2019. It's my own Christmas tradition. So yeah, called Bertil Jonsson. It's a Christmas movie story in Sweden. That's tradition. So yeah, I think that was all my knits and webs, at least that's active. So maybe that was all for this time. I'm thinking I might want to do some Vlogmas videos, just short footage. So if you're curious about anything in my life or my knitting or crafting or something like that, write me in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye.